All right, folks, here we are. Got us another load of telephone poles. Got my boiler with me. We're gonna start laying this bad boy out and digging some holes and burying some poles. I'll put you guys on time lapse and we'll get her done. Yeah, sorry about the time lapse. Everything is really hot out here, so we were augering these things out, and we forgot that we had a tractor, so made life a lot easier. We still have to clean out the holes and get our final depth correct and whatnot, but everything's looking really good. We're down 34 inches right now, and we'll do our clean out, and everything's looking pretty good. We'll add some gravel to the bottom, set our post, and fill it full of concrete. So this one's quite deep, so we still got a little bit going on. All right, we mixing some concrete, getting her all down up in here.
All right, tell me when you get your GoPro ready.
It's already recording. So yeah, we're gonna work on this right here. Fill this up, and we'll try to get one more pole set, and I'll videotape that as we do it. Got plenty of room all the way around this thing for concrete, and she's deep enough. We can go ahead and level this bad boy up and get some concrete in it. Well, as you guys can see from yesterday, things didn't go according to plan. We were absolutely wrecked yesterday. To be tired and sore is probably an understatement. These poles are about 700 pounds a piece. We couldn't figure out a good way to rig them up. But the problem started way before then. My buddy's got a 6-inch auger. I got an 8-inch auger. And we were like, okay, so we're going to have to auger 4 holes and then one in the middle. And then, you know, post-hole dig the holes out to clean them out to get them to depth of 36 inches. At the rate we were going, it was going to be like 5 hours per hole. Like, it was absolutely absurd. We were using the auger, and you'd hit a stump or a rock, and it would just smash you into the ribs, and it was hurt. It hurt. And about an hour and a half into it, we realized, why are we augering holes when I have a tractor? So that made it easier, but it made the hole bigger, which means 6 bags of concrete was no longer enough per hole. So we finally got the holes dug. It ain't perfect, I can tell you that right now. We tried to figure out a way to rig up the telephone pole so, you know, you could hang it and then drop it in the hole. That didn't work. It almost hurt us. So I came up with an idea to pick the end of the pole up, put it on the tractor with the forks, and angle it so it rests flat on 2 points, and then drive under it until I was about 7 feet from the end. Then we would ratchet strap it real tight, and I would be able to tilt the pole back, all the weights on the forks, drive it to the hole, and then angle it and stand it up, and that worked out really good. Nothing's light. It was hard to get the poles level. Telephone poles taper as they go up towards the top. I wanted the pole to be flush on one side, on 2 sides, so it looks deceiving, but they're actually level and they're flat and they're square. It was hot, really hot, so the camera kept turning off, so the video quality is going to be absolutely crap from yesterday. We got 2 poles set instead of 4. We stopped to take a break to go eat some lunch or dinner as soon as we got up there, and I'm stuffing my face full of homemade lasagna. It started pouring down rain. All the concrete bags were out in the rain. I got 6 underneath there for that hole. There's 3 over here on a pallet. Those are probably junk. I had to go to Lowe's this morning, grab 10 more bags. And what we'll do is we'll take a quick little walk around, and I'll show you guys what I got here. This pole is 3/4 of an inch off of the line on both sides. The hole's plenty deep enough. It's going to take a lot more concrete. We had to keep digging until I hit virgin soil, just because I didn't want to take a chance in hitting something soft that was not going to be good. So that's done. I'm using 4,000 psi concrete. So this hole over here is right on the string. I had to move the string over 3/4 of an inch there and there. This is the pole I got concreted, so I have no choice but to do everything now off of this pole, because this first one wasn't set correctly. It absolutely looks like a junkyard out here right now. It's driving me nuts. The time lapses didn't really work yesterday. The battery kept going dead. The camera was overheating. It was just a nightmare yesterday. So here's what we have here. So I'll be able to have plenty of concrete, 4 inches all the way around. Depth is 36 inches. So we'll put gravel in the bottom of that. This is what the pole looks like. It kind of looks deceiving because the pole tapers, so I wanted it like that. We're gonna recheck this pole because of the rain yesterday. We're gonna double check our measurements and go from there. Let's see if I can show this camera here. Those two poles line up just perfect, so I'm good there. But we're gonna have to pull, after we check this one, we're gonna have to check our 45 feet from outside to outside, and then set the other two poles according to that. The augers were overheating yesterday. It was just an absolute nightmare. We were wrecked. To say it didn't absolutely kick our butts yesterday is an understatement. It's rough, but at the same time, you know, it's good solid work, and also it's going to save a bunch of money. Because I had to go get more concrete this morning. That was $52. The concrete the other day was concrete 2x4s, some stakes. That was $152. I'm in it for $200 right now, and it's actually coming along pretty good. I'm definitely gonna need more concrete because I got to do 3 more poles this way. Well, 3 plus a corner, so 4. Same thing over there. And then there's going to be about 4 or 5 across the back, and then there's going to be about 4 across the front because of the garage door openings. So not too bad, not too bad. Our goal today is to actually set the other 2 poles and get these things concreted in so I can take the bracing down, and maybe be able to get in here with the tractor, get some of this dirt flattened out. It's kind of deceiving, but that's going to be our highest pole, and it kind of slopes about 6-8 inches over here, so this is going to end up having to be built up, which is fine because, you know, I can just move all the dirt to this side, flatten it out, whatever, and do what I need to do. So not a big deal. But hopefully today, on day 2, I should be able to get the last 2 poles in, get everything squared up, double check everything before we do any concrete work, and we're going to concrete these bad boys in, and that'll be the end of that. And then on the next episode, we'll start doing the rest of the poles and some of the bracing and stuff. So I don't know how many episodes this is going to be. I'm just going to keep you guys updated as I do stuff. So the videos might be a little far in between, because I'm working with somebody else coming over to help me, and I'm on his schedule plus my schedule. I have a full-time job. By the time I get off of work, it's hot, you know. So, but I mean, we're gonna definitely get it done. I mean, I have from now until the spring of next year to get this bad boy taken care of before we start the house project. So I'm going to try to do some time lapses today, and we'll see how that goes. And my help is on his way, so he should be here shortly. So this is our little idea on how to get that pole into the ground. Because basically I can just strap it right here, and now all the weight is even on there. So it works out pretty good that way. Now I can't do it with the big behemoth ones over there, so some of the poles probably won't get used. That should be enough to hold that weight. Let's see what happens. So now I can go over to the hole and kind of tilt it in and drop it down. So that'll work out pretty good. I'll get that bad boy in position and be ready to go here shortly. So as you can see, the pole went right on in there. It's just barely on the string there, and the same for over here. So we can move that around with the cheater bar and get that squared away, and then we can put our bracing on and all that good stuff before I disconnect the tractor. Well, not bad for a weekend's worth of work. We got all 4 poles in, concreted, leveled, 30 foot, 45 foot, so we're good to go. These are going to get cut off. Well, we're going to start with that one, 11 foot, then shoot a laser all the way across at night, and then cut those off, and then that'll be, we could tie a string at the top there and a string down at the bottom, and then we can set our poles right to the string, and we should be good to go. But not bad for a Saturday and Sunday. It's kind of us starting at like 11, 12 o'clock, and then taking some breaks and eating some dinner, but that bad boy is straight. So the poles taper, so when you look at it on video, it's going to look like it's leaning. I wanted it like that so I have a nice straight edge all the way across to run those boards, so I can mount my windows and doors and all that good stuff. So far I got 200 bucks tied up in this thing, so not bad at all, not bad at all. It is going to be a massive shop. We were looking at it from up top when we were eating dinner, and it looks massive. I think once we get the poles cut off and get the rest of them put in and all that other stuff on the sides and whatnot, we'll do that before we start the roof. But it's gonna look really good. Well, that's it for this episode, folks. Next weekend we're going to be out of town, so I won't be able to get to do anything. But the following weekend, what we're aiming for, now that we have a really good game plan and a good setup, is we'll add our 3 poles here in between there, 3 poles over there. We'll get those concreted in, then we'll be able to start on the back concrete, and then we'll work on setting the garage doors. So my very first pole is going to be 7.5 feet. Then it's going to be 10 foot, 10 foot, 10 foot, and then the leftover is going to be about 8 foot. The reason I did that is by the time you add the thickness of every one of your telephone poles to set your exactly, it'll be 10 foot 3 inches, and then I'm going to add a 1.5 inch board to the side of it for the garage door, all the way to case it out. I'll end up with 7.5 feet over there, because all these poles ain't the same. Some are 10 inches, some are 12 inches, some are whatever. So all the poles are different thicknesses, but as long as I end up with that straight edge facing out, I'll be good to go. But so far, free materials. You know, you find you a telephone pole company or a Duke Energy or somebody like that, they give away free telephone poles all the time. You just have to go in there, they'll even load them for you. You got to bring you a chainsaw though, so you can cut them to length before they dump them on the trailer. So with that, 6x6s and all my boards and stuff like that, I got $200 tied up in it. My goal is to be under 5 grand, and I'm looking right on par for that. One thing I did not take into account is how many bags of concrete I had to use. I was thinking, oh, you know, 4 or 5 bags per hole. No, it's 6, 6, 6, 7. I'm going to end up getting a whole pallet of concrete, and I'm just going to concrete every single pole. I don't want to take any chances, wind load, snow load, or anything. So I'm going to spend a couple extra $100, get a bunch of concrete, you know, and just do it right. You don't want to half-ass it. So it's been fun, but we'll see you guys on the next one, and I'll do a little better job recording. It won't be so hot and the battery won't be dying all the time. So all right, until next time, we'll see you guys later.